eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The eSIM Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. eSIMstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at eSIMstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios.
You got that iPhone 15, I got the phone too, nothing. Think you cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. Nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15, I got that phone too, nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. Your little Mac
S25 jet. I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
All right, welcome back. How's everybody doing? eSIM Studios podcast. It's a pleasure to have you with us today on this Friday afternoon, June 28th, 2024. It is the eSIM Studios podcast live stream episode number 132. Good Friday afternoon I got a good couple of Apple news. Well, I have as you can tell behind me, got Apple news and also big Samsung news for everybody that is a Samsung user out there. Let's get into, before we hit the news, big news. It just dawned on me, did we have a drawing that was today? Let's see. 2 days left. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. For everybody watching, there's 2 days left. Go to esimstudios.app, right? Sign up for this giveaway. I'll email you the $25 gift card as soon as you win. But today, we'll stick to our Friday giveaways. So we'll have one today. If we got enough people here that want to enter. So what I'm going to give away, I got to run to the UPS store today anyways, so I figured I have a bunch of Rinky cases here. So if you have an S23 Ultra, if you have an S24 Ultra, or an S24 Plus, we can do a drawing for a free case giveaway. They're review cases. Used them for a couple days. They're essentially brand new, right? I'll clean them. I'll rub them down with alcohol real good before I ship it out. But if y'all want to enter, go ahead and enter. We can do a giveaway today if I got enough people in the chat. So we'll do that today, and then also go to esimstudios.app and sign up for this giveaway as well. Looks kind of dark in here, no? There we go. I need to get my lights going. Anyways, apologize about that. I wonder if I can do this. There we go. That looks weird, no? What does it look like? Sorry. Looks alright. What the hell? Okay. So, if you catch this in the middle of the live stream, we live stream every single afternoon. Top, whatever is the headlines in the tech world, consumer electronics, mobile technology, we will cover it. But you can catch the replay, right? So what I'm doing with these live streams is, now, I'm also in the process of creating more content as far as pre-records, editing videos. I'm in the process of doing a OnePlus 12 versus S24 Ultra camera comparison that should be uploaded this weekend. But what I'm doing is with these live streams, you can either catch the replay or I'll make clips. So each topic we talk about today, I'll clip that out. I'll re-upload it into the videos and then give it its own thumbnail. Kind of like how the Joe Rogan podcast, right? How they do JRE clips. So with each they'll clip parts of the podcast and then upload it as a video. I'm going to do the same thing. So you don't have to go searching through an hour-long podcast just to find something that we talked about. So you can also take us with you on the go. eSIM Studios podcast, right? It is a official podcast, audio podcast. So wherever you get your podcast, wherever you listen to them, wherever you go to listen to your podcast, whether it's Apple Podcasts, right, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio app, YouTube Music, Spotify, anywhere you listen to your podcast, simply search eSIM Studios or eSIM Studios podcast. You can even Google it. A simple Google search of eSIM Studios podcast pulls up a ton of content. So we're everywhere, all over the internet. We're easy to find, but our home is the eSIM Studios YouTube channel because I'm streaming right now on 6 platforms. So if you're watching us on Twitter, eSIM Studios on YouTube is our home. If you're watching this on another YouTube channel, one of my many YouTube channels, the eSIM Studios podcast, the eSIM Studios YouTube channel is our home. And if you want to enter drawings, stuff like that, you'll have to come over. Our live drawings, you'll have to come over to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and enter the live drawing. But our website has drawings on here, so just go to eSIMstudios.app. That's where we have all of our content, our podcast, our live streams. You can actually watch our live stream on our application on eSIMstudios.app. So enjoy that there. Let's get into it real quick, okay? Let me pull this up here. Let's see. Let me pull this up. Let me share the screen 1 second. Apple Watch X, Series X. So those of you that might not know, Apple's been very busy at work behind the scenes. They're working on some really, really cool technology. A lot of y'all know, at least my normal viewers and subscribers, if you're watching this for the first time or second or third time, you might not know, but I love to troll Apple. They've banned me in the past from creating from my original iCloud Apple ID, and then trying to create a new one. Did not well. I found a workaround, and that's why we're on Apple Podcasts. But don't let them know. Anyways, I love to troll Apple. However, I created this YouTube channel with the intentions of giving you fair, honest, and balanced, and truthful not only tech news, but I try to keep the opinions not to a minimum, but I'd rather just give you the information, let you decide on your own, but I am human, so I will sometimes give you my opinion, right? So I love to troll Apple. I love to make fun of them. Now, I respect them tremendously, and I will give them credit when credit is due. I think they are working on some absolute wonderful, phenomenal hardware. I do not like using iOS, the operating system. I think the hardware is great. I love the way their design looks, but I just don't like using it, if that makes sense. Like when I like the way it looks, when I start using it is when it goes downhill quick. If you don't know, we've covered this in the past. CEO Tim Cook's going to retire here in a year or two. And it's no coincidence. The leading candidate for the CEO position is a younger, I say younger, he's like in his 50s, but younger than Tim Cook. More enthusiastic, more boisterous, right? More enthusiastic CEO. And I think the tide is going to turn. Now, look, Apple's been stuck on the same design for so long, not only with their iPhones, but with the MacBooks, with the iPads, with the watches, for so long. Now, that's all about to change, and it's not a coincidence. I think they're working on some really, really cool stuff at Apple, hardware-wise. I will give them credit, right? As I mentioned, credit is due, so I will give them that. So this new Apple series, Apple Watch X, Apple Watch 10. So next year will mark the 10th year that Apple has been putting out watches. And they want to celebrate, so to speak, with a new edition watch. Remember the iPhone X, right? It was their 10th year. iPhone 10, iPhone X, their 10th year of making the iPhone. Well, next year marks the 10th year of them producing watches, manufacturing watches, and they want to celebrate with a badass new watch. Now, what makes this badass? Well, if you are a viewer of our podcast or subscriber to the channel, you will know that we discussed numerous times. In fact, I think the last time was last week. Apple is coming out with a iPhone 17 Slim, iPhone 17 Thin, whatever they call it. It's going to be razor thin. Now, I say razor thin. I'm going to lead to this Series X, but let me get to how they're going to get to the X. So, razor thin iPhone 17, right? The traditional smartphone, whether it's an S24 Plus or Nothing Phone 2, is about 7 to 8 millimeters thick. Meaning, if you set it down on a table, that's how tall it is, right? 7.4 millimeters. The new iPhone 17 Slim, Thin, whatever you want to call it, is roughly half of that size. That's the reports that I've been given. So you're looking at a phone that's essentially half as thin as this. That is that is mind blowing. That's literally, look at where this charging port is, and then cut that in half. That's how thin the phone is going to be. So how do they get it that thin, right? So why did they make all the other iPhones this thin? Why, well, here's what they're doing, and they're going to implement this same idea on this watch. So what they've done, and we talked about, it's in the article that I wrote and we discussed, is on eSIMstudios.app. They're going to develop a new logic board. Well, they have developed a new logic board. So what is a logic board? Sorry, my allergies are bad. A logic board is essentially the motherboard inside of the device, whether it's a watch, a phone, a tablet. The motherboard is called logic board in the industry. Now, traditional logic, Apple's developed this brand new cutting edge logic board for the iPhone, for the Series X. So, big news, the Series X is going to be razor thin as well. It's going to be it's going to be half the half of the height of the traditional Apple Watch, right? So they're going to go with a razor thin iPhone, and then they're going to do this razor thin Apple Watch X. And this is how they're going to do it. This is with this new logic board. So the way things are now, whether it's an Android, whether it's a Samsung Galaxy tablet, the motherboard sits inside the device. On top of your motherboard, they put the CPU. They solder the CPU, the RAM, any other components that needs to be tied in to the CPU, to the motherboard. It's a circuit board, right? If you take your phone apart, it's got all sorts of circuits in there. You can see little copper lines, hundreds of them connecting everything. Well, Apple's designed this new logic board. They're essentially, so they're stacked. Traditionally, right, as of now, they're stacked. You got the motherboard, and then you got the CPU on top with everything else. Apple has made this new logic board where the CPU, instead of being on top with all the other components, is actually built inside the logic board. So it's just one board with everything inside of it. So it's just one plane. It's not a stack. It's not board, CPU on top. It's everything is integrated into this board, motherboard. That's how they can reduce the size of the iPhone or of the watch. Now, they've patented this technology. So unless an Android manufacturer or somebody else can come up with a design that won't infringe upon Apple's patent rights, it looks like Apple might, at least for the next few years, be on top of thin devices, right? So their iPad, the iPad they just put out is pretty freaking thin, but that is not implementing the new logic board. So they can even get their new iPad down to just a few millimeters, which is insane. So that's the cool thing about this new watch, is their new logic board, right? That's how they're going to get it so thin. Now, not only is it going to be thin, it's going to be very lightweight, and it's going to have a huge display. From what I understand, it's going to have a 2-inch display. I'm sure it's going to be AMOLED, I'm sure, but 2 inches, which is considerably bigger than traditional smartwatches. I think this new Apple, let's see. So this Series 10 watch, this Series X watch, is going to be razor thin with a large display, right? The screen length alternatives at the next era of Apple Watch will boom from... So these next generation of watches are going to go from 41 millimeter, which is the smaller size, right, to 45 millimeters, right? So the small Apple Watch X will be 45 millimeters, and the bigger version, which is currently 45 millimeters, is going to balloon up to 49 millimeters. So they can make it, remember, they're going to make it thinner, and they're going to stretch the screen out and make the bezels around the screen even razor thin as well. So everything gets smaller but bigger, I guess, internally at the same time. This should look very cool, and these are official CAD renderings right here. Computer aided design. So it might not look razor thin here, but trust me, it is. So this is the Apple Watch X. Don't know which one this is, the smaller version or the larger version, meaning the 45 or the 49 millimeter, but they're essentially going to have the same design. One will just be a little bit bigger than the other. And again, this will be razor thin. And again, it might not show it here, but trust me, it will be. The tech they're coming out with this new logic board is just absolutely insane. Let's get into all the rumors. So that was the first look at the CAD design. I wrote that article just for that. But let's get into all of the rumors so far for this X series device. Hang on one second. There we go. Okay. So we got into the design, right? Now the bands of this is going to have a new band on it. So the way that they currently have the bands constructed and or designed is going to change as well. Where is it on this one? So look at this photo, right? You see how it wraps around on the right, up and over from the inside to the outside on the right side, and on the left side the same thing. So it'll come up over the inside of the strap, of the handle here, up and over, and then this is a magnet on both sides, so you can adjust the how tight or how loose you want it, which is obviously different from how they have it now, which is like a traditional sport watch, right, where it's a band, and then it's like a belt, right, like how you put a belt together. Well, they're changing the design, which sucks for some people because I don't think your current bands, if you're an Apple Watch user, the bands from previous years will not work with this new one. But I'm sure you're used to it now, being an Apple customer, is that they nickel and dime you, so you got to buy new crap every time something comes out, new accessories. So the bands are going to change, and they're removing the bands have something. They're not just doing that to nickel and dime you. And actually, the way that they're designing the new bands actually helps increase the amount of space inside the casing. So when you make it thinner, they're also you reduce space inside the casing of the watch itself, right? So if you have something this size, but you just make it slimmer, you reduce the area inside the watch, correct? Well, the current model, how it's designed, the way that they're redesigning these bands, or how you connect the band, is they're actually moving them outward, because at the current design, the way that the bands are actually impedes upon the inside the internal area inside of the casing. So the new bands are going to move them out, and it creates a little extra room inside of the watch for them to put components, what have you, or to place that new logic board, super slim logic board. We will have an OLED display, right? Nothing shocking there. Logic board I wrote here basically describes how it's constructed. It's our resin lined copper, taking into account a thinner common sense board, logic board, in assisting stepped for its sturdiness, water resistance. Thinning down the logic board could permit for added inner area of different components. Yes, we already discussed that. Health features. So it's Apple Watch, right? It's going to have all these health features. Release. So the release of this, it's going to be either at the end of this year or the beginning of next year. I believe it's going to be next year. There is some talk about it being released at the end of this year, and I don't think that's the case. I'm sure they discussed it, which is why that's in some of the talking points of some online publications, but I think they're going to release this next year, possibly even later next year with the iPhone thin. Now, that's obviously later in the year, which would be a year from now, with the iPhone 17 Slim, what have you. But I'm guessing it's going to be probably first half of the year or latest middle half of the year. I take that back. Somewhere in the middle of the year. However, at the very latest, it'll be this time next year with the iPhone 17 Slim. But I expect it to be released probably not January, not January. Probably March, April, May, something like that. Possibly around the corner, right? 10 months away. Yeah, I love them a lot. Yeah. How's it going? Ciao. So I put Mark Gurman. He's basically Bloomberg's. He's a well-known leaker or Apple insider, I guess I should say. I got a link here to his Bloomberg article about. I got some of my information, not all, but some of it here, which is why I cited his publication. So follow him. He's on all social media if you also want the latest Apple news as well as here at eSIM Studios. Be on the lookout. iPhone Watch X. We will receive information, right? More information as time goes along. So make sure you subscribe to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel for all the latest Apple news, Apple Watch X news, Apple Watch news in the future, Apple iPhone 17 Slim, Thin, whatever you want to call it. We got it. Okay. By the way, we are going to do a giveaway. If I have enough people, I got to at least have 2 people, right? I know we got quite a few watching, but if you would like to enter, let's do this. You know what? I have a giveaway here on eSIMstudios.app. Go to our giveaway section. 2 days left. $25 Amazon e-gift card. I will email you the winner within minutes. Today on this live stream, I have a case to give away. So if you have an S24 Ultra, S24 Plus, if you have an S23 Ultra, let's do this. We'll do hashtag case. We'll just do that, hashtag case, right? So hashtag case. And then, you know what? I think I have an iPhone case too for iPhone users. Hang on. Yeah, I have a iPhone 15 Pro. So if anybody watching has an iPhone 15 Pro, I have a case-borne. It's a heavy-duty case. Case-borne case to give away. iPhone 15 Pro. S24 Ultra, I have cases for that. S23 Ultra, I have cases for that. S24 Plus, I have cases for that. I even have a case for an S23. So if you have an S23, S24, iPhone 15 Pro, type hashtag. Does it fit the 14 Pro? Hang on. Let me see if I have any for the 14 Pro. You know what? Before I do that, let's find out. I think it will, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll type in will a They're not interchangeable due to the subtle, crucial design differences between the two models. Sorry. So I guess that's the answer. Knows the answer. Apple does that on purpose. But hang on. Oh, you know what? I got you covered. I forgot. Rinky. Okay, here's what we'll do. Rinky's gonna give me a long story short. I was trying to figure out how to word it. Long story short, Rinky, I'll send you a case, an iPhone 14 Pro case. So we'll do it this. Whatever phone you have, just put hashtag case, hashtag CASE in the chat, and whatever phone you have, I'll get you a Rinky case. They are going to supply the case for whatever you got. So I'll have one sent to you. How about that? And I'll send you the proof and everything. So put hashtag case in the chat, and then we're going to cover this one last story real quick, and then we'll do the drawing. But if you're watching this on any one of the platforms, if you're watching this on Twitter, if you're watching this on Instagram, if you're watching this on any one of the other YouTube channels, come to our eSIM Studios YouTube channel. So get on YouTube, simply search eSIM Studios. You'll see the live pop up. Select the live, go down into the chat, and simply type hashtag case, just like Ryan here. And we'll do the drawing here in just a few minutes. And I'll get if I have the Rinky case here in stock, I'll send it out. And if I don't, I'll have one shipped to you from Rinky. Okay. Let's see. Let's get into the last story here. Where am I at? Here we go. So, what do we know about the S25 Ultra? Well, we know it's going to have the Snapdragon, at least here in the United States. I don't know if you're watching this. We do have a lot of viewers outside the country and listeners to our podcast outside of the country, Southeast Asia, India. In your part of the world, I don't know what CPU it's going to have. We've heard reports it's going to come with an Exynos CPU in some parts of the world. We even got a report it might be a MediaTek CPU because Samsung can't get their crap together when it comes with to these Exynos CPUs. But here in America, we're going to have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 which is a sigh of relief. Not like they were really debating, but that's good news. We know it'll be top of the line everything, right? It's got Wi-Fi 7. It's going to have latest, best cameras they can offer, all that good stuff. Have a bunch of RAM, nice, beautiful display. Now, it'll have the S Pen. I'm talking about the Ultra, S25 Ultra. Now, I've known and I've expressed this fact, rumor that's essentially a fact. The cameras, it's going to see a complete redesign. So it's not going to look like this current setup, like this S24 Ultra. Cameras on the back are going to be different. So they're going to redesign the look and feel of the device, starting with the camera setup on the back. Now, they're probably still going to have these 5 cameras or these 5 sensors on the back. They're just going to look different, right? So I don't know if they're going to do this little teardrop design. I don't know, down the left side. I don't know if they're going to change it and go to the right side. They might even do it all across, right? Kind of pixel style. I don't know. But what I do know is that it will look different on the back. We got word today that it's not only going to look different on the back, but it's going to look different altogether. We got word today that they are doing away with the square design. Well, not square, rectangle design. They're doing away with the sharp right edges, 90 degree angle edges, and they're going to make it a rounded device. So what does that mean? What does that look like? So what they're essentially going to do is make it look just like the S24 Plus, just bigger. So it's going to have a rounded edges, still going to have the S Pen. I've seen some people online saying, well, the S Pen is so close to the edge, how are they going to fit S Pen in there if it's rounded? It's going to have the S Pen. Trust me. It would not be an Ultra if it did not have an S Pen, right? This is essentially their Note line transformed into a Galaxy S series, so it's going to have the S Pen, but it will be rounded. I was looking for my S24 Plus on the table, but I'm recording with it. So it's essentially going to look like this, right? Now, not a nothing phone, but how rounded the edges are. It's going to be rounded, not squared. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't mind the rounded edges. I don't mind the sharp edges, the 90 degree angle edges on the S24 Ultra. However, I think I look forward to a rounded design. It's going to be flat all the way around, and it's going to have a flat display on the front and a flat back. So I look forward to that. I think that's a good sort of redesign. Although it has been traditionally not many other devices that are this sharp with this sharp edges, 90 degree angle edges. So it's easy to pick out. It's easy to spot out in the wild what phone this is. But it's essentially, look, the S24 Plus has a 6.7-inch display. S24 Ultra has a 6.82-inch display. Now, I believe they're going to bump it up to 6.9. I think. I don't know, but I think they're going to make it a tiny bit bigger just to make that size difference a little bit different. Because if you have a 6.8-inch display and a 6.7-inch display, and they both have rounded edges, they're essentially going to be the same device. One's going to have an S Pen. So I think they're going to try to differentiate the two models a little bit differently, try to separate them a little bit. Remember, the Ultra model cost is significantly more as well. So they want to basically solidify that price increase, right? Of you're getting something bigger, better, bolder, stronger than something that's 0.1 inches smaller in size, right? And just 0.1 inches bigger and an S Pen with it does not incorporate or is not okay with a $200 price increase, $300 price increase, right? You're gonna need something a little extra, so with some icing on the top, a little beef up the the difference between the two. So S25 Ultra going to have a new redesign, cameras on the back, look, and then a rounded device language instead of the square or rectangle device language that it currently sits at. So that was our S25 Ultra news. Now, where did I get this from? Where do you think? The number one leaker for Samsung devices, Ice Universe on Twitter or X. He's confirmed 100% S25 Ultra will not crush the palm again. And he threw a picture in there. I don't know how he does this. He put a picture in there that I did not include. He showed a picture of his hand. He says, after using this device for 10 minutes, and it showed, you can tell in his hand where he takes his phone out of his hand and there's like a big crease. You know, like when you have those lines, pillow lines, right? When you sleep on something hard and you wake up, you sleep on something for hours and you get up and there's those lines in your face from the pillows or whatever, or the sheets. He had that sort of thing, but a freaking crater in his hand from the corner of this device. A little exaggeration. I don't know how somebody holds the phone with it jabbing into your palm like that. I don't hold my phone like that. I hold it like this, right? So, anyways, he confirmed, and essentially he gets 99% of the stuff he leaks becomes real. So that's where I got my source from. Now, do we have pictures? No. Do we have computer-aided design photos? No. But I have this, and if they're going to go with a rounded design, they're going to stick with the same design language as the S24, S24 Plus with the same models, right? It's essentially going to look like the S24 Plus, basically. So, just bigger, which is a good thing. Beautiful freaking device. I'm going to make a video this weekend. I went back to using my S24 Plus. Oh, man. What a badass phone. It is awesome. I absolutely love. You know what? And this is a good thing that Samsung's doing this rounded design similar to the S24 Plus. I think there is a great case to be made. If you don't use the S Pen, if you're not a big S Pen user, I use mine every day. If you don't use it that often, get the S24 Plus. It's essentially the same phone. In fact, in my case, I don't know how I can portray this in a video. I think the screen is better on the S24 Plus. The colors are more vibrant. Now, technically, it does have a higher PPI pixel density than the S24 Ultra. So technically, it is sharper, but the colors just seem more vibrant and punchy. It fits in your hand perfectly, and I love the rounded edges. So yeah, if you're not a big S Pen user, meaning the stylist, get the S24 Plus. Specs are the same amount of RAM. You can spec it out. It has top line everything. Now, the only thing it's missing is the S Pen and the 200 megapixel camera on the back of this device. But all the other sensors and cameras are the same. The 50 megapixel sensors are the same. The twin 50 megapixel sensors are the same. The 12 megapixel selfie camera is the same. So again, it does not have the S Pen. It does not have the 200 megapixel camera. But other than that, it's just as good. Now, I don't really use my 200 megapixel camera that often. All right, so you got to think about that too. How often do you use it? Now, you have to manually select it in the settings to use that 200 megapixel camera. Normally, when you're taking a picture, if your kids are running around, dog, whatever in the backyard, you just take your camera out and take a picture, right? You're not having to fumble through the settings and everything. So I think the S24 Plus is cheaper, displays better. You cannot lose. You cannot lose with the S24 Plus. In fact, little teaser, might be in the running of my phone of the year at the end of the year. The S23 Ultra won my phone of the year last year. We'll have to see what devices towards the end of this year are in the running. All right, speaking of running, let's do the drawing. I got to get out of here. There you go. Just like Barbara did right there. Okay. So we'll do it here in just a second. We're going to run a drawing. I have two drawings, right? So check this out. Go for our first drawing. We're gonna excuse me. The second one we'll do right now, but let me tell you what our first one is. Go to eSIMstudios.app, eSIMstudios.app. Go to the menu where like I'm doing. Where is it? Giveaway right here. Sign up for this giveaway. 2 days left. $25 Amazon gift card. I can email it to you in minutes. Whoever wins this. So we do giveaways on the eSIM Studios app every week. So come back every week. You can win next week. This week it was last week, and this week it's a $25 Amazon gift card. Next week could be a tablet, could be a phone, right? It's something. It's something every week. So whether it's a physical item or it's a gift card, whatever it is, come to eSIMstudios.app every week and enter your drawing. Now, for today's drawing, I'm going to give away a case. So whatever phone you have, it doesn't matter. I was thinking of the cases I have here in stock, but then I remembered Rinky said I can give some away. So if I have it here in stock, I'll give it away. I'll ship it to you. If not, I'll get your information behind the scenes, and I'll have Rinky ship you a case. Whatever phone you have, right? Could be a full Z Flip 5 or an iPhone 12, whatever. So come to now, real quick. I'm streaming on multiple platforms. Twitter, Instagram, a number of YouTube channels. I have like 5 or 6. You have to enter on our eSIM Studios YouTube channel. So if you're watching this on Twitter, jump over to YouTube. And on YouTube, if you're watching this on Instagram, jump over to YouTube. In the search bar, type eSIM Studios. You'll see our live pop up. Select our live stream. Come down into the chat and type #case, just like Barbara's done, just like Ryan has done. I'll give everybody about a minute while I set this up. So we'll do this. Let me set this up, and we'll run it in just a minute. It'll give a couple more people, if they want to enter time, to come over to our YouTube channel. Let me set this up. Let's see here. Giveaway tool. Where is the giveaway tool? Okay. There we go. Let me share the screen real quick. Let me get the info ready. All right, are we good? I got to get out of here, so I cannot wait. So let's go ahead and go. Here we go. All right, Ryan, it is. Congratulations to you, sir. I think I have your information. I think I have your email. Let me see. Congratulations to you, sir. We will get you Yeah, I got your email. I'll email you here in just a second. And just let me know whatever phone. You said 14 Pro, right? But I'll give it to you here in a second and just confirm your device. And then I'll order it for you, and the Rinky will reimburse me. That's how it's going to work, basically. But we will get that set up. And don't forget to enter on our eSIMstudios.app Amazon giveaway. Oh, one last thing before we get out of here. I have a Amazon influencer store now. So an Amazon store with, yeah, you're very welcome, sir. To all the listeners, I have a Amazon store I need to set up now. There's nothing on there, but I'm going to put stuff on there. So all the cases I review, all the phones that we love, it's going to be hand-picked technology, consumer electronics, not just phone stuff, right? But it could be microphones like this, podcast, how to set up a podcast studio, components, monitors, lighting, microphones, mini PCs, all the tech that I know is good quality. I'm not going to put crap on there. It's going to be good stuff that I have used and have confidence in. We'll have daily deals on there, so you just bookmark that. And once I get it set up this weekend, I think I have the link in the description box here. But I'm going to have daily deals on there. I'm going to do live streaming on the Amazon app, where you can check out eSIM Studios live stream on the Amazon app. Case reviews. I'm going to upload videos or product reviews, stuff like that. So very cool. And I want to thank Amazon for reaching out to us and at eSIM Studios and getting us enrolled. Very easy to work with. I want to thank the rep, Allison. Allison. Sorry. She was very helpful. So we will get that up and running, and we will definitely add that to the list of cool tech stuff that we all love to use, right? So Ryan, I'll get with you here in a second, and I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Please have a safe and enjoyable Friday afternoon, and as always, we'll see you here, same time, same place tomorrow. Peace out.